So first of all, I'll just put a disclaimer here that GDEIB is a tool that's been set as a benchmark. It's happened before my time. It started in 2006. It took several years, 5 years, 2011, then we moved to 2016. There was another revision, 17, and then in last year in 2022, we've had 2 revisions. The most recent revision is in April of 2022. Sorry, April 2021. And the GDEIB was initially set up by the who we refer to as co-authors, Alan and Julie O'Mara, who sit with the board. And now Julie has actually just left. Alan will be leaving very soon, stepping down from the board very soon. But they are founders to the center, as well as the co-authors. The other co-author is Nini Molifi, who is also, so we have got 3 co-authors to the GDEIB. The whole GDEIB on its own was taken from already a set standard that was established, and that's going back into history. And it was actually used to actually address the issues at that time about how the future would be in terms of DEI matters. And then what happened as it moved from 2006 to 2011 and then 2016 was building itself to actually address all the DEI issues. And its momentum at that time was moving quite slowly, but moving well. But after George Floyd and a lot of the destruction of statues and a lot of the issues that came about in 2000 during the George Floyd period, the GDEIB suddenly took off. A lot of attention was given to it. And so what exactly is this GDEIB? Well, basically, it was done by 112 expert panelists across the globe, sat down together, gave their time, resources, volunteered to actually give the expertise to how they see the global perspective, the global perception to how DEI issues should be benchmarked across the globe. So individuals, organizations do take this tool and use it. We have it on a website available for people who can actually download it. Their checklist, their guidelines. There's a whole array of buffet of material for people. The whole GDEIB on its own is, if I forgotten to mention it, is basically the global diversity, equity, inclusion benchmarks. But and that's why it's more better known in terms of its GDEIB. I think that it has within the GDEIB something like about 235 benchmarks. It's got 5 areas to evaluate. It starts from the inactive and most goes on to basically the proactive. There are basically many categories that it looks into, from community to compensation to the vision to structure. There are many elements that it looks into. And it's a tool that is basically being used for organizations to set themselves and rank themselves against where they are now, and then build themselves forward. And it's something that is widely used globally. Yeah. So the whole idea of the GDEIB is to offer the opportunity for individuals and organizations to actually have something they can actually make a reference against, to see where they are evaluated when it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Right now, at the time when it first started, there was no such reference point. People could say just by saying that you met a certain quota, 30% maybe of women, maybe 40% from this community, and it was going on that basis. But really, it was not looking at the details in terms of DEI issues, going in terms of looking at whether your vendors are coming from a diverse group, or are you basically, in terms of your team, are you looking beyond the fact that you just have a group of decision-making? Policies have been addressed, procedures have they been also addressed. So there are many issues that go down to the brass tacks of how you manage an organization, need to be looked into. Right now, the GDEIB has evolved so much to the point that it's used It's used, and if, in fact, it's even metamorphosized to a point where many organizations are channeling it to customize to their own organization. In fact, many people are now quoting it in the books that they've written. It's now able to actually help others build other tools and move forward. In the future, we are looking towards actually setting up our own digitized GDEIB, and also to offer certification in GDEIB. The digitized element of GDEIB is where right now the offering we have is in PDF form, and we want to actually make it more available online. We want to make sure that the users are able to form a community online. They're able to do things on the go. They're able to actually put the information digitally using the technology that is available. We currently have a platform. We currently have a partner. We're working towards it, but we need funds to actually support this. Similarly, with the GDEIB, when it comes to certification, there are many people who say they love this whole tool that's out there, but the point is, it would be much better if they can go out, because they were involved in the whole process, to be certified. And if you say you're certified in GDEIB, people take cognizance and will actually take you on board to help organizations get up to speed when it comes to the complexities of GDEIB. I must state here that the GDEIB is not something as a quick fix. It's something that is very rigorous. It takes time, but if you really get into the details about it, it does bring a transformation to an organization.